That's
Oh,
what it is.
thanks very much. I've got, this is way too, look how tall I am.
You can be
Brilliant.
high up for
I'll be in charge.
yeah.
Right.
Large and in charge.
Lots
Not
large.
large, but
I know,
I'll be large,
be
you
careful.
can be in charge.
Right then, we're here. We're here again. Today we thought we'd sit on some big balls, just, you know, to make it more, I think it's more like personable, isn't it?
It is, isn't
You
it?
can like just chill. I feel like
You
sometimes
feel
when-
more relaxed, don't you?
Yeah, when we're stood up there, I feel like we're being more instructional, but you know. Anyway, we're here. So we've decided, as it's December, and I've particularly noticed in our gym anyway that the gym's quiet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Classes that I teach are quiet, and that only means one thing, doesn't it?
People are not coming to the gym.
Yes, and because it's December.
Yeah, it's December, you know, it's cold, it's dark, people have got social engagements, they need
Yes.
to go shopping.
But you feel like it takes over the months, like the year's 12 months, and now we're allowing this 1 or 2 days at Christmas to take pretty much 2 months of the year away in terms of training and regime and
big
consistency.
time.
So
How often do you hear it that people's like biggest regret is, oh, I wish I'd started in December and not January.
yeah, well that's what we're going to say, because you bet your bottom dollar in January this gym is going to be absolutely packed, so you do yourself a favour, and we're going to talk a bit about this now, if you didn't just let it die off over December, because you're going to be hitting a load of people in this gym in January when everyone comes back. But
Yeah.
really the reason for being here today is just to really talk about
Give you a few
December.
tips.
Give you a few tips.
Give you a few tips on how you can sort of not let your entire routine fall by the wayside, and
Yeah.
get rid of that whole sort of like all or nothing thing where it's like just because you can't come to the gym as regularly as what you do
Yeah.
the other 11 months of the year, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't not come at all.
Yeah, exactly. But I think what we sort of said is, like, let's be realistic. We're all going to
Yeah.
have social engagements. We've
Hell
all got
yeah.
stuff going on, haven't we? We
Yeah.
all want to do our Christmas shopping. So be realistic. Rather than go all or nothing, how about setting yourself a goal of, if you're a regular gym goer of like 4 times a week, try and tick off 3, even tick off 2. I mean, most gyms now are still open right over Christmas. There's no, even for Christmas week, there's no major excuses there. So be realistic in terms of your gym routine. We talked about time-saving tips, didn't we?
Yeah, it's, in terms of like being realistic, if you can only make it to the gym once or twice that week, that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, that's better than not coming
Better
at
than
all.
zero.
It's better than 0.
Yes.
Because at least that way you come, you can try and fit in as much as you possibly can within those 2 sessions. Be constructive with your time.
Yeah.
So you've got less time this time of year.
Yeah.
So one time saving method, okay, make your session shorter.
Yeah.
First and foremost. Don't be here for an hour and a half, be here for an hour or
Yeah.
45 minutes.
This is probably a good time to refer back to one of our videos we did a few weeks back, which was called Intensification Methods, which was like finishes. Way of making your session more intense and probably shorter as well.
Yeah,
isn't it?
so like use supersets. Do 2 exercises back to back.
Yes.
Okay, that way you'll get through more within that session. Do trisets, do 3 exercises back to back. Hell, even do circuits. Okay, a month of changing from your steady 3 sets of 10 to just doing circuit training.
Yeah, it might do you some good.
Yeah.
Maybe changing from your split of, you know, arms, chest and all the rest of it, or even if you're doing a push-pull legs, whatever, just breaking it down to 2 full body sessions or 2 circuit sessions, like Phil says. You know, it's still going to do you some good. You might find you get better results just by doing something a little bit different.
Your fitness will improve massively.
Yeah, well, so really just plan it. Start planning. Look at the weeks ahead. You've got December ahead of you now. Have a look at the weeks and look where you can plug some sessions in rather than, oh, I can't do Friday because I'm off out with blah, blah, blah. Look at where you can do it rather than looking at the negative.
Yeah, get them put in ahead of time. You know when you go in shopping, some of it is just being more organised.
It's definitely being more organised, yeah. So that's your training. Food.
Okay,
Is another big one.
like I always say to people, you know, Christmas Day, just relax, eat whatever you want. It's 1 day out of 365,
Yes.
sometimes 366.
Yes.
It's not going to be the end of the world,
It's not the
okay?
end of the world, no.
But at the same point, you can't let your nutrition fall the same way that your visits to the gym do.
No.
Be like, oh, well, I can't go to the gym, so I'm just going to eat loads of crap all the time.
Yeah.
I'm going to fill up on mince pies and all
Yeah,
sorts of
and
stuff.
literally writing off the whole month is a waste of time. Then once again, you're setting yourself up again for January. You've put on a stone, or maybe more, and you're then starting again. Maybe let's just have a bit of damage limitation.
Yeah.
Maybe just try and put on a few pounds or half a stone, you know, or whatever. But I think also it's calorie counting.
Yeah, you don't have to calorie count. So
No.
calorie count is a good way to do it. So let's say that think of it in terms of like a weekly amount, we said, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
So if you're eating, say, 2,000 calories a day,
Yep.
okay, that's 14,000 calories over the course of the week, okay? Try and keep yourself at that number or around that number over a week.
Yeah.
Rather than worrying about hitting it every single day, because what you can do is you could take 500 calories from each day.
Yeah, easily.
Quite
Have a
easily.
right night out on that.
Eat 50. Wow, you could have a 3-course meal,
Yeah.
about 20 gin and tonics,
Yes,
and
you
you'd
could.
still be potentially under your
Yeah,
calories for the
potentially
week.
you could be. It's just a case of forget about monitoring daily calories if you've got nights out. Start about thinking of the week as a whole.
Yeah.
Just like Phil said, add all your calories up that you're allowed in a full week. Have a good guess at what you think you're going to nail on a Saturday night or whatever your parties, and then just rein back the other days.
Yeah.
And actually, yeah, you're still effectively on the diet.
You don't have to fall
Exactly.
off the wagon.
Yeah.
We mentioned you don't have to calorie count,
No.
okay? Let's say you're eating 3 meals and 2 snacks. Just cut the snacks out,
Yeah.
okay? Each snack will be between 100 to a couple of 100, 300 calories potentially. Again, you cut out 7 days worth of that. That
Yeah.
gives you a big buffer then to use towards getting saucy.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could say if you've been out for a big night the night before, how about delaying your first meal the next day?
Yeah.
Skip breakfast. You've probably got plenty of calories in your system
Yeah.
to keep you going to lunchtime.
Yeah,
So just by missing
definitely.
one whole meal, there you go. You've already cut out maybe 300-400 calories, haven't you?
Big time.
So there is ways round it. You don't have to write off the whole month as, oh, well, it's Christmas, so let's just go
Be
mental.
sensible.
Yeah, you do.
Just have to be sensible.
Have to be sensible. So that's really our tips. Training, nutrition, just try and be realistic and just keep everything rolling.
One other thing we did say about nutrition was, because it's not just going out and drinking, sometimes it's going out for like dinners with friends.
Yeah.
Like make use of those extra calories
Oh, yeah.
when you're training.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been out for a 3-course meal the night before.
Yeah.
Okay, we've had a big starter, delicious steak and chips for me, brownie with vanilla ice cream.
Oh, making
for
me feel
dessert.
hungry.
You've eaten 2,000 calories in that meal. Put them to use the next day. Don't stress about it.
No.
All right. Don't be overly restrictive with it. Put those calories to use. Train your backside off.
Yeah,
You know,
Get a decent-
put yourself through a really tough session.
yeah. You'll feel better for it as well.
Yeah.
Because actually you might think, oh, well, I've had a couple of drinks, I might leave training, but no, you probably feel better just for getting in here and getting it
Just
done.
doing something, yeah, a lot of the time.
Yeah, exactly. So on that note, probably what we're going to do this week for our social post is try and look at something like that where we compare the person who goes out for a heavy night out and then doesn't train, and then the person who maybe comes in, does a moderate session, and maybe the third person who really doesn't nail it, and just sort of showing what their calorie burn is and what the calorie
Yeah, what the effects of their
intake,
choices are, really.
just so you can see which person you are. We're hoping you might be the moderate person. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, and then
We hope so.
We hope so. And then also, we're going to put together an email with a few of these pointers in that we've sent today, just sort of how to manage Christmas.
Yeah, some festive tips.
Yeah, we shouldn't need to because I mean it is just one day, but unfortunately.
Christmas gift to you.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? So yeah, that's literally it today. We've classed this as one of our barrier series because really people do use Christmas as a barrier,
Yeah.
don't they? A barrier to
Yeah,
everything,
I can't do
barrier to
anything,
health.
It's Christmas.
Yeah, so
Got
hopefully
no
no
I've
time.
just eaten mince pies.
Yes. So yeah, hopefully something we've said here might just be a good
Resonate,
tip.
yeah. Something might just resonate with you, and you'll be able to apply it and make your Christmas a little bit more effective for your health more than anything.
And you're not starting from square one on
Yeah.
blooming 1st or
No
2nd of January.
no one wants to be coming in January having piled a load of weight on when
Yeah.
the gym's at its busiest. You're already self-conscious about how you look.
Yeah.
That is literally like a nightmare.
Yeah, complete nightmare. So yeah, please try and be that moderate person. Plan it in your diary. Don't stress about going out. Work out weekly calories rather than daily, and that's it.
Yeah.
You've got it sorted.
Train hard
Yeah,
if you
train
eat
out
too much.
if you eat too much. That's right. Okay, so that's I think
That's it. I
that's
think.
us for today.
Don't
but,
forget to like and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, like and subscribe. Yeah, refer back to that other video we did on intensification
Yeah.
methods, and that should help you out with your training. And we'll probably see you next week for our next next round, which
Yeah.
I don't know what we're on
Shall
next
we do?
week. I don't know whether we're back to doing something like an exercise technique video. I'll have to have a look. It could be new. Yes. It always comes around, doesn't it? These weeks fly by. But
Get
yeah.
yourself a Christmas jumper for that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look forward to that. So we might put some Christmas festiveness on ourselves. Right, we'll see you next week, guys. Thank
See you later. Bye.